In this video, we're going to take a look at the replace color adjustment, which is a destructive operation you can perform to your document. In this particular example, I have the tulips.jpg image open. Now, this is included with the Windows 7 sample images, though really any picture that you come across should work just fine for this example. I like this one because it's flowers, and because that way we can just change the color of the flowers, and that's just a neat thing to do. So let's go over to Image, jump down to Adjustments, and grab Replace Color. Now, this kind of has a select by color window already built into it, which is pretty handy. I'm going to do a couple of things though. I'm going to turn off localized color clusters, and what this will do is allow us to, well, basically this checkbox decides whether or not you want to kind of grab locally or grab all colors that are within the same tonal range. So I'm going to turn that off. So I'm grabbing all of the yellows at once. See, when I turn that on, you can see that it kind of just starts with where I clicked, and those areas are going to be brighter, i.e. more selected. So I'll turn that off. So I'm grabbing all the yellows pretty equally, and I'm just holding down the Shift key and clicking on any yellow areas or any areas of the tulips themselves that I see are dark in the image. And steadily the tulips are turning whiter and whiter, and that's a good sign. Now, you don't have to hold Shift. You can click over to your little plus eyedropper, and that's the same thing. If you accidentally click on something you didn't mean to, you can switch over to the minus eyedropper, or you can hold down the Alt key, and that'll remove those. So I can remove out the green areas of the stalks. Of course, there is some yellow back there too, so don't be surprised if Photoshop gets a little confused as you go back and forth. Of course, you can use your fuzziness factor as well to kind of help that. But once you have a nice selection, you can jump down to the replacement group. This gives you the ability to adjust hue, saturation, and lightness if you want to. And you can see as I adjust hue, I'm making those flowers all kinds of interesting colors. We could bleed back on their saturation. And that's a little bit extreme, but probably somewhere in there I could find a color that would actually work. The only problem is we've also grabbed a little bit of the stalks here, so the green of the stem is starting to turn kind of an orangish color. So we could remove those, and you can see how it's a little bit of a trade-off of finding exactly what it is you want to grab. Now we're starting to get somewhere right in here maybe. And of course we can just kind of slide those around. And the color bleeding we're getting on the stems is actually kind of nice in this particular case. So we can make them purple, desaturate them a little bit, and now we have some purple tulips where we had yellow ones just a second ago. Now, you're not limited to just grabbing the hue, saturation, and lightness sliders. You can just click on the result and choose a color that you want actively. So if we want red, we could just make these red, like so. In this case, you do have to watch out because that red stripe in the tulip is being affected as well. So, I mean, if I were doing this for real, I might carefully go in and make that stripe yellow as well so it didn't turn into some random crazy color that just didn't seem to belong. But you can see how this is a nice way to go through and change the color of something by first selecting what it is you want to change and then controlling what it is you want to do to the color. That will wrap things up for this video. Thank you very much.